All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Atlanta Falcons. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away. And we may have a face mask here right at the start. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now it's Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
A gritty play there. Put his nose down and got his guys a first. Jackson on 1st down. This is caught by Antonio Brown. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker.
Watch the run, watch the run. Say. Deuce.
Jackson flushed out right, and an alley to run. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 24-yard line.
1st down, Baltimore. Check. Walk 54. And let's get this. Watch the twist. SOS. It's free. Tighten up. Showing it.
They'll run on 1st down. Swift. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Jackson. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Going to throw deep for the end. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Fitzgerald. And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 18, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Mike 5-9, Mike 5-9. Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Check 31, check 31.
And an alley to run. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, he doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game, showing off those wheels, and picking up some nice yardage.
And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Second and 9 now from the 21.
Check 43. Alert flare. Let's go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd.
Check 52.
Throwing is Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Sponge. No. Back. 22, check, cover. 22, check, cover.
give right side. Swift. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get this back to just the 20 with a penalty marker down. Let's see what this is about. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They run from the pistol here with Freeman. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Check, crunch, crunch, crunch. Hey, watch it, watch it. Echo. Check 24, check 24.
2nd and 3. Gets it off to Freeman. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 1. Check 26.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. Yeah, Freeman was trying to work his way forward, but I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for them and shot for them. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They scored a touchdown the last time they had the football, but things going to be a little bit more difficult this time.
No, certainly, because where they're starting, the goal isn't even thinking about a touchdown at this point. They're thinking about field position. A couple of first downs in order to give some room for their punter and maybe flip the field position for their defense.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Shift. Check hot route. Hot. Head, yeah. Off. What? Go.
On On second down now, Swift. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
A loss of a yard on the play. And it's third down.
6, all day, baby, all day. 47 Mike, 47 Mike, Mike 47. Trump, team, check 13.
Jackson looking to throw on third. He gets it to Brown, complete. A gain of 4 that time as the drive will continue.
So how would you describe that one, partner? Workmanlike right there, getting that first down, blue-collar type football?
Yeah, only needed 3, got 4, just enough. I like workmanlike.
I think it's pretty cool myself. Everything doesn't have to be high glamour in this game.
Let's go now. Mike, rotate. You can't block me. You can't block me. Come on. 47 to Mike, boy. 47. Check, 47. Let's go.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He'll get this to Eckler. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Hustle. 4 down, check. Hey, 40's Mike, right there. 40's Mike. Line up, chin up.
From the gun, Fitzgerald, and he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. 20! And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it? To throw it underneath, a short pass like that. But boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
That's it, buddy. We got one.
They're on the 35-yard line.
Here we go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Jackson now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Jackson from the shotgun. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Mike 5-4. Danny. Right there. 54. Right there.
Play action. Now Jackson. He's going to go for a big play now. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as the Ravens push further out in front. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Come on. Mike 5-9. Come on. 59. Check. 59. Switch up. Mike, check.
Operating from the gun. Fitzgerald. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Now it's Jackson. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Come on, QB, come on. Kill. Hey, alert 3.
They go play action now. Jackson is going to let this one go deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Let's go, folks.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Watch the run. Out. Pick the edge. Come.
2nd and 2. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. That one a first down pickup of 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off play action. Fitzgerald. He's going to loft one. Deep left. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Parkey adds the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now Jackson on first down. Got a man. It's Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Tack McKinley. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now a give right side. Swift. It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a third and still about 12 to go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down. From the gun, Jackson. And finding Keelan Cole. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Brings up 2nd and
1. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Here's Jackson to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a really good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming after you. Boom, boom. Bang, 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 bang. Wait, switch. Check. Fresno.
Here's 2nd and 8. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Going up top. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 39. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
On 1st down, Swift. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot, but what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
36.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Kill. Turn, let it go. Kill. Turn up. 66. Pull it. Now, watch twins. Under crush. Let's go.
Running on first down, Eckler. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On second down, Swift, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
He's checking. Scratch. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Check safety. Let's go. Come on.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic. Blue dead. Alert 3.
On second down now, Swift, and he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Pick me up. Here we go.
Here's a 2nd and 7. This pass complete to Higgins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
59 Mike, 59 Mike, check, 59.
Off the play fake. Fitzgerald, and finding the tight end Hooper. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
On 1st and 10, Fitzgerald. They'll run the screen with Carson. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Fitzgerald. This is brought in by Gibson. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 11.
Off play action. Fitzgerald. This is caught. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. On 4th down, Fitzgerald, and that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. From 3 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounce back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, I mean, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Ready?
They'll run it now out of the gun and give him him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. Now he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now a play fake here on 1st down. All incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some.
Throwing now is Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Antonio Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons. Throwing on 1st down. Fitzgerald, and that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Solid coverage on the play by Devondre Campbell.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Back to throw. Fitzgerald. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Fletcher Cox in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. And it's complete. Hooper. A nice pickup there. 18 yards. 1st down Falcons. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in